Hi everyone, hello guys. Today we will discuss how Tantra will liberate you. This is a subject we are going to talk about it. You know, I always try to talk with you what is the Tantra is, why we need to have a Tantra. So today we discuss how Tantra can liberate you. Why you need to have a liberation. Why you don't need to have a liberation. Let's talk about that. Just think about how you're born and die, how you live in this world. Do you think we have a freedom? Just imagine an animal when they're born, they also take care by their parents. Then they have some kind of education. If that's a predator, he learned how to hunt. And if that is not a predator, he learn how to choose what is the vegetation he can eat, what is the plant he can eat. The bird learn how to fly and everything that. They learn also, just like us. However, after that, when they get into their teen level, their teenage and their adult age, they start to have a relationship with each other, having sex and having babies. Then they have a family. Then they do their everyday life. Then they get old, they die. We also do the same thing. But we always thinking we do something else. We do some miracle thing. We are some kind of higher being. Just imagine what else we do. We born, we learn, we eat, we do our reproductive system, then we die. That's all we do. Okay? But only thing is what human being separated from other being is you can do that from with your consciousness. You can do anything of this with your consciousness. That's the difference between you and any other animal. But imagine from every of these things, do you have a freedom? I don't think you ever even think about it. Most of the people do not even think about it. When they were children, they learn. They go to the schools, they go for the classes, they go for their higher education, learn. Most of the stuff you do not even need to survive on this planet Earth. However, you learn. When you were a kid, when you were a child, society saying you must learn. If you are not learning, you can't be survive in this complicated world. However, after that, when you become a young person, you start to do a job. Now you work hard. You always working toward your goals. You thinking, I am going to have this. I am going to have this. Now you are working hard. Before you learn hard, now you are working hard. Then you find some kind of love or family. Then you dedicate it into that. You work hard to dedicate that. Okay. Then you have children. Again. Then your children getting old and they also try to have a different life from you. They try to have their freedom. They are getting into their teen life. Problem happening. That is again. Then they get married. They have children. You are also getting old. You are dying. This is the cycle. Always. And also, what's the meaning of it? Have you ever thought about it? What is the meaning of it? We are suffering. If you think about consciously, we are suffering from our day-to-day life. We never enjoy our life. I mean, we enjoy very short time. You go for the trip or you go for outdoors, you go for cinema, you fall in love with something, but you still, more 90% of your time you are suffering. Tantra can teach you how to get liberation from that suffering also. Okay? I'm not going into huge details about birth, rebirth. We can discuss that also, but we will discuss this basic level. This is the basic level of Tantra, basic level of yoga. Okay? So, if you think about this, we are suffering. Why the suffering happen? You also learn, animal also learn. You also having sex, animal also having sex. But you can do it consciously. How you can get consciously? You have a brain. This is the most gadget in this world have ever given. This planet Earth have never seen any animal, any living being this much brain capacity. We do not even need this much brain capacity. What happens is, you need to have a little bicycle just for walking or just for little fun, but you got like a spaceship, it's very advanced. You just need to have a calculator. But God gave you supercomputer. You can't handle this. You just need to have a calculator. But now you have a supercomputer. You can't handle this. This is the thing. Your brain remember everything. Your brain imagine things. Okay, that will create some kind of drama inside your mind. It will play back to you. Now you suffering from that. Same thing happen from enjoyment also. Okay, just imagine if your dog saw his owner die. Sometime they die also, I know that, but with the time they recover. But you, if your parents, if your loved one die, you remember that. Every single time you remind that you are suffering. Because why? Your brain remember. Your mind is higher. That is why I always telling you. That is why we call Manushya. Manushya means Mana us, higher mind. You have a huge mind. You have a huge brain. So if you think about it carefully, you see this world from projection of yourself, from the data gathered from your brain, from the past experience, past learning from the world. Have you ever thought about this? You, right now you are not you. You gather everything from surrounding yourself. You gather everything and create a story. Okay? Even when you go for the spirituality, you're looking at the world from the past things you learned. It's like most of the time I live in Sri Lanka, so I'm a Theravadi Buddhist. Everything we learned related to society, related to spirituality, people think, is this thing Lord Buddha said? Is this thing right according to Lord Buddha? Is this thing right to Theravada Buddhism? But they do not even think Lord Buddha do not cage himself for one thing. If this is Buddhism, this is not Buddhism. It's not. He search, okay? Even if you go for the Western countries, any spiritual thing they say, they think, is this according right to the Bible or Quran or some kind of holy book or our God or our priest? Why? Because you cage yourself, your thinking pattern get into these things from your past experience, from your past learning. So you start to think about that. You first of all remember, you need to liberate from yourself. This is what I am trying to say. You need to have liberation from yourself, your own brain, your own mind. This mind is the burden for you. I do not misunderstand me. Your mind is tremendous equipment. This is like a supercomputer. This is a paradise. But you use it how? You can use a knife for cutting your vegetables, make a salad. It can make your life beautiful. But also you can cut your neck or you can kill other person also from the same knife. That is how your brain, that is how your mind also. Tantra will teach you liberated from this. That is why sometimes people see Tantra as sexual thing, because they also destroy the sexual boundaries. But it's a tiny part, okay? It's a very tiny part. They have a majority of in Tantra. That's why I try to explain you. I know I am not a very popular person. I am not that much huge person, but I try to give you the knowledge I get it from the tantric learning. So you need to have liberation from your mind. Remember this. If you get liberation from your head, you will liberate from this world. That's the short message I like to give. We will discuss in our next video how you can liberate from your mind through Tantra. That's a different technique, but take some time, think about it. Think about what I said to you. Thank you very much.